Hello guys, my name is DataByte, and this week we got a little bit of a different upload, but I've done one of these before, but I've only ever done one, and I don't do these very often. But yeah, so what this is going to be, I'm just going to end up like talking to the camera because I want to tell you guys some stuff real quick that I think is really important to know. So yeah guys, I'm sure all of you saw the title, and I'm sure that question has crossed your mind at least once. Or at least hopefully it has, because I'm just assuming some people are wondering this. So I want to go ahead and clarify this myself. But yeah, before we get into anything today, I just want to say Happy New Year. It's now 2021, but I also want to say 2021 is not the solution to 2020, which pretty much means this year will only be better than last year if you actually try to make it better. So guys, go ahead and try to look for the good that happens this year instead of focusing only on the bad, because bad things happen every year. But yeah, so now that I've got that over with, I have done one of these before once. I'll go ahead and put a card right there for it. But yeah, so now that I've got that all over with, I'm just going to jump straight into the question that all of you guys came here for, because I don't want to just extend this out and just talk about random stuff. So, will I be changing the name of my series to 2021 instead of 2020? Because right now it's called Vanilla 2020, which seems very much like a year. And the truth is, it is a year, but also it's a little bit more than that. It was supposed to mean the year that it was started, and it was also supposed to mean like 20 out of 20 building, which I know I'm not quite to that level of building yet, but I'm getting there slowly. But yeah, so will I be changing the name from Vanilla 2020 to Vanilla 2021? And the answer to that is no, I will not. Or at least I won't originally. I'm going to leave it as 2020 because I always wanted people to be able to see the year that it was started. And also, it's supposed to mean like 20 out of 20 builds, like I said. So that's why I'm not going to change it. But it might get changed later on because I might have to try and get my searchability up, because people don't search 2020 in 2021. You know what I mean? So the YouTube algorithm will just do stuff and be like, 2020 is old. And when people see the number 2020 on the thumbnail, they'll just go, that's old. So yeah, I might be changing it later on if it just makes things start going bad with like the algorithm and click-through rate and stuff. But yeah, so just know at the moment, I'm not going to change it and I don't plan on changing it. But yeah, so this is a channel update. So I got some more stuff to cover now. That's that out of the way though. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the stuff. So last time I did one of these, I said this. 30 is my short-term goal for YouTube. I want to get 30 subscribers and have the majority of them be people I don't know. Yeah, so now I've got 31 subscribers at the moment, and I actually made it to my short-term goal, which actually makes me really happy. And the reason why my short-term goal was 30 is because it was just smaller than 50, and 50 was half of 100, and it just, I don't know exactly why it's 30 actually. That's just the number I chose. But yeah, so back then I told myself if I can get 30 subscribers, then I can get any subscriber count I want, as long as I don't aim too high. But yeah, so that's the subscriber number out of the way now. So yeah, subscriber number is not the only thing that says anything about your channel though. In fact, if you ask me, subscriber number is one of the least important things on your channel. Because all it says is that this many people want to get notified when you upload. But also, some of them might not even be able to get notified because they haven't rung the bell. So yeah, guys, I want to go ahead and dive into my analytics a little bit for you so that I can show you more of the truth of my situation as a video creator. Because subscriber count might make it seem like you're doing good, but it says nothing pretty much. So let's start with the most important analytic, and it's the one that YouTube bases everything off of. Pretty much, if you cannot get a good number for this, none of the other analytics matter, and that is watch time. So in the last 28 days, I've had 665 minutes of watch time, which is actually down by 47% for me. So actually, I'm doing bad right now. I think the highest watch time I ever had was like 800 minutes. But yeah, so as you can see, subscriber count really doesn't say anything. I could be doing super bad right now. But yeah, so now let's go ahead and look at my lifetime views. So in the lifetime of my channel, it's gotten 7,124 watch time in minutes. So yeah, not a whole lot, but also kind of a lot. But I mean, like, I've been here since June. But yeah, so also last episode, somewhere in it, I said that it was 6 months since I started YouTube. But actually, I think we're in the 8th month right now, and I've been on here for 7 months. But yeah, so let's go ahead and look at some other things. So in the last 28 days, I've gotten 116 views, which actually, for me, that is is down by 52%. So yeah, it's actually not a very good number for myself. And then in my channel's lifetime, it's gotten 1,112 views. But remember, views don't say anything about watch time. So someone could have just clicked the video, watched for 5 seconds, and then clicked out, and that counts as a view. So views really don't say that much. So just remember that. Your video could be getting lots of views, but if it's not getting the watch time, YouTube is gonna hide it, and then it's not gonna get views anymore at all. Okay then, so let's go ahead and move on to something else. I hope I'm not boring you guys. I hope you actually find this interesting, because I know there are people who do find this interesting. Okay, so impressions. Those are every single time someone sees your thumbnail. So every single time you see a thumbnail on your screen counts as one impression. So in the last 28 days, I've gotten 1,641 impressions, which that is down by 88%. I think it was back in like October, I was getting like 20,000 impressions, and I was like, what is happening? But remember, impressions mean nothing if you can't get a good click-through rate, and I cannot get a good click-through rate. My click-through rate, guys, at the moment, in the last 28 days, is a 4.1%. And at the moment, the newest number it has on it is Thursday, December 31st, a 3.9% click-through rate, which means out of everybody that saw it that day, only 3.9 clicked on it. So yeah, I have a high number of impressions, like about 100 every single time I upload a video, but only like 20 people click on them when they see it. You just gotta remember that. High impressions does not mean good. In fact, it could be bad, because if people don't click on it, YouTube will actually start hiding it and no one will ever see it, because YouTube is like, no one ever wants to see this. Also, this also ties into watch time in minutes. Because if you have a high number of impressions and a high click-through rate and a high watch time minutes, YouTube is going to love you, and something probably is going to happen with your channel, because those three are like the most important analytics, I think. Possibly. I know that watch time minutes is the only thing YouTube really cares about. Then it kind of cares about all the other stuff. But yeah, so then in my channel's lifetime, it has had a 1.4% click-through rate, which is really bad, because the highest it can be is 100%. I barely ever even get click-through rates over 10, and I'm pretty sure a good click-through rate is like 30. So I do really bad on click-through rate. But yeah, so that's the analytics that I'm going to talk about. So guys, my goals for 2021 and this channel is to actually mix up the content a little bit and get some different kinds of videos out there. Like, I want to make the lore videos, and then also I want to be able to do tutorials, but I still don't think I'm a good enough builder to actually do that. And then of course my subscriber count goal for this year is 100, because that was my long-term goal. Please don't go and just start making a bunch of alternate accounts and subscribing. I only want you to subscribe once, because I want my subscriber count to actually show how many people there are and not just how many accounts you guys have. And yeah, I want to go ahead and keep uploading every single Wednesday, and I don't want to miss an upload, because I have not missed a single upload since I started, and I am not gonna miss one. I refuse to. So yeah, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, I gotta thank you, because I don't know how many of my subscribers actually find this sort of stuff interesting. But this is like one of my favorite video types to make. Anyway, thank you for watching.